So explore my butthole. Explore my butthole.
Skip it up and that up.
All right, listen. I produced the remix of Capone and Noriega's Blood Money. It's an old school track. The instrumental was produced by me. It's not just a remix where I took someone else's beat and his acapella, or Capone and Noriega's acapella. I produced the instrumental. Link below in the description. Go there, sub to the channel. Love the remix, hate the remix. Be constructive, don't be constructive. Whatever the case may be, but go check out my music. Link below, and it'll be the pinned comment. So if you remember, there was a game, even though it still exists, I'm going to say was, because I don't think anyone on this planet wants to play it, called The Lord of the Rings Gollum. And right now, as I am speaking to you with not recording the screen, and Jay would fist me if I didn't record the screen, now you're going to see me clap to sync the audio on the iPad and the video.
Yeah!
Behind the scenes magic. Well, anyway, the game was absolutely awful. I don't think by anybody's standards it was a good game, and you could tell that it just needed about years more in the oven. Let's put it that way. Well, it turns out that the developer apologized for the state of the game, but it wasn't the developer apologizing. Hell, technically, it wasn't even the publisher, Nacon. It was ChatGPT that made the apology. The publisher went, hey, write an apology for this. Okay, cool. This seems genuine. Anyway, this comes from VideoGamesChronicle.com. I'll read it to you, then we'll discuss. In interviews with the German gaming outlet Game2, several former Daedalic, did I say that right? Staff members have spoken for the first time about what went wrong with the critically panned licensed game. Following the release of Gollum, Daedalic, let's go with that, Daedalic, apologized for delivering what it called an underwhelming experience with the final game. The company said, we deeply regret that the game did not meet expectations and pledged to improve it via future updates. Now, sources that spoke to Game2 from Daedalic, we'll go with that, said that they never wrote an apology. The apology came from ChatGPT. Let's continue. It's also claimed that the developer Daedalic...
You blew it. You blew it.
It's also claimed...
You blew it.
It's also... Jesus.
You blew it.
It's also claimed that the developer Daedalic had no knowledge of the apology or its content prior to publishing, and that it was handled entirely by publisher Nacon, like I said. Now, Gollum, as of now, is the lowest rated game both across OpenCritic and Metacritic. I wanted to sink in just how bad this game is. And in a German YouTube video that didn't have English, even auto captions for it, they were saying that the developers were saying they weren't given enough money, they weren't given enough time, and I could believe that. The publisher was like, hey, it's Lord of the Rings. Let's get it out there and make some money off of it because people will buy crap even if it's Lord of the Rings. It happened. We see it all the time when it comes to developers where they aren't given enough time, they aren't given enough money, they have to crunch, and the product comes out broken. Gollum is an extreme, but even AAA games, like look at Cyberpunk 2077. Granted, they were working on that for about 30 years, but even if it needed 10 years more, I'm exaggerating, who cares? I'd rather have the game come out and be great than come out and be broken. But I'm getting way off track here. What scares me is how much AI is already tricking people. Now, this has nothing to do with politics, so don't go into your polarized brain here. But there was a right-wing Twitter channel, or Xer, or whatever you would call them now. And they had a picture of Donald Trump. And they're like, this man looks great. Look at him. Look how healthy he is. And like saying like, hey, this is he's in, well, he is, I'll admit it. He is in way better shape than Joe Biden, and he looks way healthier than him. But there was a problem with the picture. The picture wasn't real. I wish I had it now. It was obvious. You could tell by how like the hair had like almost aliasing in it. And then there was some kind of ramp leading to absolutely nowhere in the background. And if you zoomed in, like, yeah, the faces and the crowd in the background kind of looked okay. But when you zoomed in, it They looked like finger paintings, and people were being tricked by that. I see groups on Facebook with actors and actresses, and hey, look how so-and-so is looking, still looking great, and it's not really them. It's an AI image of them, and people are like, oh yeah, he or she looks fantastic. That's, well, glad you enjoy the artificial image or machine-generated image of them, because it's not actually a picture of said actor or actress. But we're already going down that route. Look, corporations are using it to make apology letters. People are already getting tricked by pictures, which aren't even good pictures yet. That's the scary part. They're not even good AI pictures yet. Wait till the technology gets better. And this is our dystopian future, where we're not going to be able to trust our eyes or our ears, because everything can be made by technology now. Video evidence is no longer video evidence. Even your eyes could be deceiving you. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.
Effective immediately.